Ring.
Hi, who is this?
Yes, this is Ryoji. I'm looking for Jack.
Hi, this is Jack. Yep, hello.
Hey, Jack. This is Ryoji. I'm a local real estate agent here in Orange, California. And look, the reason for my call today is that my head researcher pointed out to me very shortly, if not already, you'll be appointed the personal representative for, forgive my pronunciation, Beedle Estate. Now, Jack, I realize that I may be a little premature in some way, and I was just calling very respectfully to find out if you and the rest of the family had decided that at some point you guys like to get the property sold.
You know, I think we would.
Mhm.
I don't know if you can see, but my mother did just pass away, and
Okay,
it's pretty sad. But we do need to sell the property.
gotcha. And look, I really appreciate you sharing that with me, Jack. And first and foremost, my all my condolences goes to you and your family. I'm so sorry to hear about your loss of your mother. Now, the reason that I was asking is that, I do have different options that I can provide you with regards to the sale of your home. So, in terms of your preference, which one would you prefer? Selling it in the open market or privately with a cash offer?
Well, it's going to kind of come down to how much money we can get for it. I would like to uh, selling the property as a cash offer would be nice, but I guess we need more money. I think we really need top dollar.
Okay,
I'm going to use the money to pay for my kids' college.
got it, got it. So your ultimate goal is to net the most amount of money from this sale. Is that correct?
That is right. That's correct, Roji.
Got it. And just to confirm, I know it seems like, you're on board with selling the property, because you want to use that proceed to, help with your kids' college fund. Um, I do see there's a beneficiary, John and Susie. Are they also on board with the selling the property at this point?
They are. We're all located out of state. That was my mother's California property out there that they used to snowbird. And
Okay.
I just wanted to, you know, we all have our own families, and I think we just need to sell it, get the money out of it.
Got it. Got it. So I'm glad to hear that everyone's on board because usually there are times where there's some discrepancies, right? And the only reason I was asking is that we do have a good fortune of helping a lot of families, just like in your situation, overcome the challenges associated with this process. And what I typically find very helpful for these family is it can be very helpful when you can get a realistic picture of value. What I mean by that is, what does top dollar look like if you were to sell the property in the current market that we're in today? So, would you be open to at least exploring that idea of how much your home is worth in the market?
Yeah, we would, Roji, but this is all just really overwhelming, and I feel like things are kind of coming up too quickly. Maybe we should just talk, later. Could you call me later, man? I don't know if today's the best day to kind of go in depth on this.
Yeah, 100%. I can call you a different time. I might be calling you a different, at the not the best time possible. I just want to be clear that my intention is here to help you. It's never to talk you into do anything. And some of the information that I can provide you will include, right, what does top dollar look like based on what the data is showing us, right? And once we have that number, what I can also provide you is called a net sheet, which is going to show you net bottom line what your proceed would look like. So you, Susie, and John would know what you guys will be taking home at the end of the day. Does that make sense?
That does make sense.
Perfect. And that really leads me to my next question because I oftentimes find another thing that's helpful for homeowners like yourself in this situation is, sometimes the home is cluttered with trash or with valuables that you don't know you might want to make turn into cash. So we do provide ancillary services, including hauling company to get some junk out of the house. We can also have some estate company turn those valuable into cash, or maybe even some handyman work to prepare the property to be sold down the line. Do you think that will be helpful or useful at all in your situation?
Yeah, there is a lot of items in the house that we would like to take personally.
Okay.
And we also kind of need to figure out, what is staying and what's going. But it's going to
Okay.
take a long time because each of us have to go out there and see it. It's going to take a lot of time.
Gotcha. And do you guys already have like a time frame as to when you'll be physically at the property at this point?
Well, I think we'll be out at the property within the next couple months.
Okay.
Roji, it would be nice if we could have a company that would go in there and maybe
Okay.
kind of sort through the items. And, could we make a list possibly on the items that we could keep?
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. So what we can do is we can provide you the list of ancillary services before you even come out, right? So you can kind of schedule everything in. Once you get there, it'll be a much quicker process for the three of you. So I would love to share that with you. And here's what I'm hearing so far from you guys is that it's not a question of if, but it's a question of when and ultimately who's going to help you, right?
That is correct. You're right.
Got it. And you were kind enough to share with me that all three of you guys are on board right now to sell the property at some point. The other thing I'm hearing from you is that the more information you can gather at this point of time, the better you'll be equipped to make the executive decision on how to proceed. So here's what I like to do, Jack. I What we initially do is just schedule a quick, very simple 10 to 15-minute video call over Zoom so we can see each other. And during that call, I'll share with you what does top dollar look like, what the net proceed may look like, and then as I promised earlier, the list of ancillary services so you can, schedule that in when you come out later down the line. So at least this way, whatever you decide to do, whether it's sooner or later, me or somebody else, you'll have all the information that you need for you and your family to make that decision. Does that sound fair to you?
That would be good, but maybe we shouldn't have that call right away. You know, maybe I'll talk to my siblings, see what they think, and then maybe we can reconvene.
Yeah, and I completely understand where you're coming from. If you're already going to have a conversation with the siblings, I just want to provide you this information ahead of time so you can maybe share that information with them. That makes sense?
For sure. I
Yeah.
guess I
So
appreciate that, Roji.
yeah, 100%. So if I were to have a Zoom conversation with you first, are you typically free in the afternoons or evenings might work better for you?
Uh, Afternoons work well. I work the early shift.
Okay. And you're in Wisconsin, is that correct?
That's right. There's snow out here.
Oh wow. Gotcha. Well, I'm in California, so let me just look at my calendar right now. So your afternoon will be around like 4 or 5 my time. So I could do next Tuesday or next Wednesday around 5 o'clock your time. Which one work better for you?
Yeah, Wednesday would work good.
Okay. So I'll schedule in for Wednesday at 5 o'clock your time. What I'm gonna do is send you a calendar invite and as well as an email of the link to the Zoom room. What's the best email to send that over to you?
Uh, Jack Beedle sells Wisconsin at gmail.com.
Okay, so Jack Beadle sells Wisconsin at gmail.com. Perfect. So do look out for my email. And since I have you in the line already, I just had a few quick questions that I want to ask you, just so I can be fully prepared when we do have that Zoom meeting. And I'll be brief because I know your time is valuable.
Yeah, what would that be?
Yeah. So the first question I have for you is just to get a clear understanding of the condition of the property. Do you happen to know if there was any remodels or any, you know, modification you've done to the property?
No, Roji, that house it probably looks the same as it did 19 years ago when she bought it after she retired. So
Huh?
I think she hasn't stuck a dime in there, and there might actually even be like, some maybe issues, maybe some leaks or foundation issues. I
Okay.
haven't been there myself in 5 years, so
Got it.
something to think about.
Got it. So at least the last time you went 5 years ago, it was in that condition where there's leak and foundation issue and nothing really done to the property.
Right. And my mom had mentioned something about the roof, but like I said,
Mhm.
I haven't been out there in a while.
Got it. And at this point, is anybody living there or is it vacant?
I think it's vacant right now.
Okay, vacant. Perfect. And in an ideal timeline, if you were to sell the property, are you working strictly in a specific timeline?
Yeah, just within the next 6 months. I think we'd like to get the cash out of it within the next 6 months.
Okay, so
But
within the
it is vacant. So maybe that should be sold sooner.
Okay. So within 6 months or sooner, the better.
I think so. Yep.
Got it. And then in terms of, the probate process, have you spoken to a probate attorney or have you guys already filed something at this point in time?
I think it's been filed, and I think the court appointed me as the representative, so I think everything's headed in the right direction there. But this is my first time with probates. Have you ever done a probate before? Have you helped other families?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's what we specialize in. We've helped a lot of families in California with owners from Wisconsin, Seattle, from different states. So we're very familiar with the process of the probate. And again, my job is to help you, guide you through that. That leads me to my next question. I know you wanted to get top dollar for your home, and I'm sure you've probably done some homework, maybe looked at some of these sites online. At this point, did you have a price that you would have in mind for your property?
I think it's worth like $500,000.
Okay.
I don't really know much about that market, but
Okay.
I think I saw a couple places on Zillow, and it said the estimate was like 550, but we just want to sell it. So
Okay. So somewhere in the 500, 550, that ballpark.
yeah, what do you think it's worth?
Yeah, that's exactly what we're going to go over. Once we have more information, I'll do some homework prior to our Zoom meeting, and I'll share that with you on Wednesday. Okay.
Perfect.
And then do you know if there's any mortgage left on the property, or is this free and clear?
I don't really know why that's important.
Yeah, the only reason why I'm asking is, as I mentioned earlier, I was going to provide you what's called a net sheet, which is going to show you the proceed of what you're going to be taking home at the end of the day. And one of the information I would need to prepare for that is if there's any loan on the property or not.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. I think they owe, she had it for 19 years, and I think the mortgage is a 30-year note, so I think she owes like 200,000 left on it.
Okay, so give or take 200,000. Perfect. And thank you for sharing that with me. And then I know the decision maker seems like the three of you, and you guys are all on board at this point, correct?
That's right.
Got it. And I know that was a lot of question, Jack, and I appreciate your patience with me on this. Was there any question that you have for me prior to our meeting on Wednesday?
I guess I just want to see like your reviews, or maybe if you have any testimonies. I want to put a face to the name, and I guess any more information you could send about you, that would be great. I really do appreciate you reaching out. What happens if yeah, I don't know. It's new for me, so it's good I'm talking to an expert.
Yeah, 100%. I'm more than happy to send that over to you in the email. I'll send you a track record of our company. I'll send you some testimony from our past clients. I guess I'm curious, since you've asked, when choosing an agent that's ultimately going to help you in this process, what would you be looking for specifically from that agent?
Well, we definitely need an agent that communicates well, since we're out of state.
Okay.
And we just need an agent that's done this before.
Okay.
I don't know. It kind of seems like you guys are all the same, so we really need a specialist.
Got it. So you're looking for someone that's experienced in selling homes, but not only selling homes, but in this whole probate process. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, specifically in probates. I mean, how many probates have you sold?
So yeah, that'll be included in the track record. We've done over, our group probably did over 200 just last year alone. So we're very well versed in this space.
Awesome. That's good. That's a lot. I don't think I'll ever buy 200 houses in my lifetime.
Well, we helped 200 different families. That's what I meant.
Awesome.
So, got it. So you're looking for someone that's experienced in this field. I know you mentioned to me communication is key. Did you prefer to contact you directly, or do you want me to update everybody, Susie and John as well?
Oh, please keep everyone updated.
Okay.
I can give you their numbers, and then we can maybe have a group text or something like that.
Got it. So our communication will mainly be through group text. Obviously, if something immediate, I'll give you a call. Is that okay?
Perfect. Yeah, that sounds good.
Wonderful. Perfect. So I'm just gonna go ahead and note that down. Was there anything else I can do for you before I let you go, Jack?
No, that's awesome. I appreciate your time. Thanks for calling me. I usually don't take these phone calls.
Thank you for taking my call, and I appreciate the time. And I look forward to speaking with you again on Wednesday on Zoom.
Thank you, Ryoji. Appreciate it.
You got it.
Bye. What'd you think?
I mean, I still get stuck on the probate side of things. Because honestly, I don't know the process, bro. I've never done it before. But prequel, I feel pretty comfortable. I got all the information that I needed. I know you kind of give me a throwback of like, why does it matter how much mortgage I have left on the property? I mean, I never had that objection, but I kind of just went through the route of like, hey, look, I want to make sure I can give you the proceed amount. So I just needed information.
Yeah, I think you did a really good job at tying that in. So sometimes what happens, like I've done it before, where you'll say, well, I want to get the net sheet. And then you say like something about yourself. Well, you did a good job at tying it in, saying, hey, I want to provide you a net sheet so you can see what you're walking away with the proceeds from the sale. So honestly, I thought that was a great handler. From what I've heard from other guys, I thought you presented it really well. Because I've been role playing with 4 other guys that do the probate script. So I thought that was good. And I thought you did a good job at when I said, hey, you should just call me later. Like this isn't a good time.
Mm-hmm.
You used a good bridge. First you acknowledged, and then you used a good bridge to ask another question. Like I thought you pivoted well. That was good.
Mm. Okay, yeah, that was another thing too. Was like, because I do get that a lot, whether it's probate or for any calls. Like, hey, like, can we just talk another time? And just kind of like navigating to a different question. Usually have these people staying on the line, right? So I don't know, from a receiving end, did you feel like, I don't know, uncomfortable me doing that, or?
No, I thought you stayed in curiosity well, and it didn't feel like an interrogation. Like you were asking good questions. You still got all the information. I mean, maybe I was kind of an easier seller, but it's really easy to let the prospect like be nice and then forget to ask the questions that you need to ask. Like, I'm a big culprit of that, where I'll be like, oh, this guy's just happy-go-lucky. I thought you did a good job at keeping me on the phone and continually asking questions.
Yeah. Got it. Was there anything that I could improve on from that call? Or any like hesitation that you felt?
No, I think I just need to listen to more probate calls and then figure out more ways, like what are other people doing that are good. I definitely can give you good feedback. Like, I also liked how you said we have done 200 deals as an organization. That was a great handler. I've heard Jose use that one himself. So I like that a lot. I don't know how long do you think that was? Probably like 12 minutes, 15 minutes?
Probably, yeah, around there, 15 minutes, something like that.
Yeah, I thought it was good. I don't know. I think you know more than me. You hear yourself when you miss something, or you kind of get held up. So
True.
I don't know. I guess I'll watch it back too, and I'll see what I see when I listen to it again. Okay.
Gotcha. All right, man. Well, what you want to work on? What have you been calling?
Cash offer lead. You're calling off of a TV commercial. Okay.
So I watched something. I'm interested in a cash offer.
Yep. Like you just watched my TV commercial, and maybe you want to get X price, or you want to do this or that. So yeah, it's just an inbound TV commercial, and I'm picking up right away.
Got it.
So you're calling me.
Okay. So ring.
Hi, this is Jack with Easy Cash Buyer. This is Jack speaking, the one with the hair. My dad's the one. He's the bald guy. We got Jack on the line. How can I help you today?
Yeah, Jack. I saw your advertisement on TV, and you guys are offering cash offer. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. What's your name? Who am I speaking with?
Yeah. Oh, this is Ryoji.
Hey, thanks for calling in, Ryoji, today. Yeah, we're buying properties all over Wisconsin currently, and some parts of Minnesota.
Okay.
How can I help? I know that you might be interested in a cash offer. Kind of tell me about your situation.
Well, yeah, just we're looking to sell the property, right? And we thought about going the route of, going through a realtor, stage and all that, but we really don't have that much time. So I was wondering what you guys would offer for all cash offer.
Yeah, for sure. I can get into that a little bit more in a little bit. And typically, how we give out offers is we schedule a time to come out, meet with you, give you a fair offer. Uh, you know, why is it important to you, Roger, to like sell your house, quickly and kind of move on? Tell me about that.
Yeah, well, it's just that we need to be in Hawaii. That's where my mother is, and she's very, very sick. She starts her surgery in beginning of March, so ideally want to settle in a little bit before that.
I'm sorry to hear that, man.
Hmm. So
That's a tough place to be in.
yeah.
Well, the good thing about that is at least when you're calling us, we can get you out of your house in as little as 3 days, and we can close on your timeline if you need any extra time to make any trips back and forth to the house.
Okay.
Uh, you know, it sounds like you need to make it down there to help your mom. What what would happen if you didn't sell the house? Like, is there any way that you could like still make the move, keep the house, and rent it?
No, that's not what we're really looking to do because I don't want to be a landlord, out of state, right? So no, we're really looking to just sell the property. We're 100% determined on that. It's just, should I do the cash offer where it's quicker, like you mentioned, or we thought about again going on the market, but I don't know if I want to spend 30, 40, 50 days preparing the house at this point.
For sure. Yeah. Listing on the market, you're more than likely going to get more money, which I think you understand, but
Hmm.
it's going to probably take a little bit longer and you're going to have to deal with more buyers, inspections, contingencies, and overall, certainty that they're going to close. So
Right.
I understand, kind of where you're coming from on that end. Uh, is there anyone else that like is important in this decision making, making the move down there?
Yeah, it's me and my wife, but she's on board with me selling the property. So when you say like I can get more if I go on the market, like how much of a difference for a cash offer versus, on the market price?
Yeah. So, you know, looking at properties in your area, which tell me again, what neighborhood are you living in, Reggie? Are you in Eau Claire or are you in La Crosse?
Eau Claire.
Okay, awesome. Well, if I pull up, houses in your neighborhood right now, it looks like other investors are paying right around $150,000 for houses like yours.
Hmm.
Now, I'm not saying that's what we would pay for the house, but that's kind of what we're seeing in your market. Is that a number that you guys could, you could live with?
Mm, I mean, I can live with it, but 150, huh?
Yeah, and those are,
Like,
obviously that's a lot lower than probably what you've seen sell down the road. You know, the benefits of that are, closing on your timeline, no repairs, no cleaning, and no commissions. Uh,
okay.
if you're willing to do some of the work yourself, if your house needs it, it might make sense to, uh, list it. But kind of that leads me into my next question: like, how is the condition of your property?
I would say fairly decent. I mean, it's not anywhere near modern or remodeled, but I would say like move-in ready. People can live in it. It's old carpets and, paint are falling apart, but someone can live in it.
Okay, awesome. Would you say it's like safe? Like, would you think a family would feel comfortable living in it?
I'm pretty sure next person will have to remodel it if they wanted to, if you wanted to paint it to their style. But what I'm saying is like, is it livable? Yes. Is it nice? Not
Right.
really.
For sure. Okay, yeah, no worries at all. And there's a buyer for every type of property. Uh, how, it sounds like you're looking towards a cash offer. What other things could I provide to you that would help you make this decision and this move as easy as possible?
That's a good question. Well, I definitely want to get a more precise number. I know you said ballpark around 150 is what things are selling for to investors. So I want to know. I mean, I'm more than happy for you to come out whenever you need to. But I guess yeah, we would probably need help just like decluttering the property. We got a lot of shit in the house. I mean, can I leave some of them?
For sure. So there's a couple options here. You can sell your house as is to a cash buyer like us. Another good thing is we also are a full service brokerage, and we can provide ancillary services to help you clean up the property and potentially put it on the market. And in that way, you might be able to net a little bit more money. But again, it might take just a little bit longer. So, provided the opportunity that I can come out, meet with you, and kind of show you your options, I think that we definitely can help you. So, are you available this week? I'd love to come out, sit down with you and your wife, walk the property, and show you how we can get you down to Honolulu in the next 3 months.
Yeah, I know we have some schedule with other cash buyers, I guess that I saw too on the magazine on Tuesday. So, I mean, if you want to come around Tuesday, that'll be fine.
Perfect. Yeah. Are you guys interviewing any other real estate agents or any other cash buyers to get more opinions?
I do have like two other, these cash buying investors. So they're gonna come take a look at the property as well. And I want to choose the highest one.
Awesome. Yeah. And if you don't mind me asking, Ryoji, like when deciding which one you choose, besides price, are you aware of any other things that a cash buyer could put into a contract to possibly change the terms and make it a little bit more difficult for you to sell?
What do you mean?
Well, there's a wide range of cash buyers, and not every cash buyer, has a public presence and is, very branded and honest and open. Sometimes there's investors that will come out to your property, give you an offer on your property, and then just not have any intention to close on it, and they'll actually want to sell the contract off to other people. Sometimes people have in their clauses that they can come back and renegotiate the purchase price if they find something during a due diligence period or an inspection. I don't know. These are just all good things to look for when they do decide to come out. And, I think it's important that you hire someone that's going to be upfront and honest with you right away. Do you agree?
Yeah, that's something that we would definitely look into, like someone that's honest, right? In alignment with the price, obviously. But okay, so you're saying like there are investors that would put those language in the contract?
Yeah, for sure. And I think it's just a good thing to look at and make sure that they're thoroughly explaining to you what you're signing. And I'm here to help. If you have any questions and you want to review any of their contracts with me, I would love to do that. Here again, I'm just here to serve you, and my intention isn't into talking to you to do anything. I just want you to get the best outcome for you and your family. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you over an email with some of our testimonials and reviews, just kind of how we close on properties. What would be the best email for you and your wife?
Yeah, you can send it to Ryoji@gmail.com.
Perfect. Thanks for that. I'll shoot that over to you. And then it sounds like you got the cash buyers. They're coming over on Tuesday. I would be more than happy to come on Monday or come on Tuesday after the other cash buyers have came through, so we can sit down and kind of go over some of the offers and contracts that they've given to you.
Okay. I guess in that case, yeah, after the other two comes on Tuesday. So I don't know, later like Tuesday evenings, in that case.
Yeah, I have a Tuesday at 6 p.m. Does that work for you?
Yeah, that should be fine.
Awesome. And will your wife be off of work then, so we can sit down with her? I don't want. I know that when I with my girlfriend, and if I do anything without talking to her, sometimes she can get mad at me. So is she going to be there? I don't want to get you into any trouble.
No, she'll be there as well.
Okay, perfect. Well, that sounds good. We'll come out at Tuesday at 6 p.m. And before I let you go, Ryoji, I just wanted to ask you a couple more questions about your situation. Would that be okay with you?
Yeah, sure.
Awesome. And my intention isn't to barrage you with questions. My intention is just to get more information so I can give you more clarity on your situation.
Okay.
So when I do come out to the property, I'm going to provide you a net sheet on what you'll be walking away with when you sell the property.
Mhm.
If I may ask, do you owe any other? Do you owe a mortgage or any other liens or debts to anyone that may want to get paid off when you sell the house?
I think we just have like 40,000 left on the property.
Perfect. So you could have a good equity position here, and you should be able to use that money to possibly. Are you thinking you're going to rent or buy when you get down there?
Oh, we're gonna live in my mom's house together.
Okay. Okay. You're going to live in the house and take care of her. Okay.
Mhm.
Awesome. Well, you'll have a good chunk of money to give you some peace of mind. Good.
Mhm.
Well, and you told me about your timeline a little bit. Are there any questions you have for me regarding the sale of your house and how I can help you best accomplish your goals?
So I guess you done a lot of these like cash deals, I guess.
That's correct. Our team actually did 16 this month, and we've helped people all through Wisconsin and some other parts of the country as well.
Okay, so you do this for a living, like you guys full time do these business.
Yep, full time. We provide sellers as many options as we can. Sometimes we take over their payments. Sometimes we buy the house in cash. Other times we help them list the property, or possibly just help them get out of their current situation if they're in they need a couple months of debt repayment. Yep, this is what we do, and we're here to help.
Okay. Um, yeah, I mean, I don't really have much questions at the moment. Besides, yeah, I just want to know the price when you come out, so we can discuss that on Tuesday.
Yeah, I can't wait. I'll bring you a net sheet on what we can do for you as a cash offer, and I will also provide with you some of the recent sales in the neighborhood, as well as our ancillary services on how we can help get your property into a list-ready condition so we can maximize your value. And I'm happy to do either one. If time is more of the essence, we're here for you. And if you have a little more time and you want to maximize your profit, we can do that as well. So I can't wait to see you on Tuesday at 6 with you and your wife. Thanks for calling in, Ryoji. I really appreciate it. And, thanks for looking at our commercial. We appreciate it.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it's good. You're asking the right questions. I mean, I've never done these kind of inbound calls, but you came in as like, hey, we're here to help you, right? It was you also made it about me, right? It's like, hey, like I understand. First off, like right when I said the mom thing, you right off the bat became in alignment by like kind of lowering your tone, like, hey, I'm sorry to hear about that. So that was good. That was a good like way to react to that situation. I guess one thing that I realized, like you said something like, why is it important about this move? I think I would have just used the word what's important instead of why, because that I don't know, that's a little strong. Like I was like, oh shit. I did kind of like flinched a little bit. So I think that's one thing that I would just say, like, hey, what's important about moving to Hawaii for you? Right.
Yeah, or why is it important that you move? Right?
Yeah, what's important? Yeah. I would just switch to what's important instead of why is it important. Let's see. What else do you usually pre-qualify during these cash offer type of situation? I know you asked about condition. You asked about
Equity, condition, equity,
equity,
timeline.
timeline.
Why are you moving?
And decision maker, you also tapped into that as well.
Decision maker. Then I tried to use the price anchor. Like, typically we're buying at like 65 to 70% of after repair value. So I use the 150 number because that house in that neighborhood's probably worth like 300.
I see.
So then I kind of wanted to see like what your knee-jerk reaction was to that. Because then I could kind of build off of that and see if I need to pivot into the listing or pivot into the cash offer more. And it seemed like you didn't hate it, but you also thought maybe I could get a little bit more money. So,
yeah, that's kind of what I was playing with, right? Like, oh shit, 150 seems a lower, but who knows? Then we would have been okay with it if it was quick close, no commission type of offer. So, got it. I think I would have just dug one layer deeper on the condition, because I just said something like, oh, it's livable condition. Sounds like the cosmetic thing, it could be done. Like, can you tell me a little bit about like roof or plumbing or foundation? Because those are usually the big ticket items for you guys, right? More or less.
Like I should have probably asked about. I know you mentioned like carpet. I should have asked if you've done any renovations. I should have asked, have you had any issues with the plumbing? Have you had any issues with this? Right, like any leaks? Yeah, you're right. I should have dive more into the condition for sure.
Yeah, I think that was it. Like, that part of the condition is probably going to be where your offer is going to determine, right? If it needs to do a whole foundation or replace the whole roof, that's, I don't know how much it costs, 30,000, 40,000. Whereas like carpet, I wouldn't even care about no carpet. I wouldn't care about no paint job, right?
You're going to have to paint it and carpet it anyway, right?
Yeah. But other than that, it was good. You're asking the right question. I think your tonality is really good, where you come off as like a friendly guy, whereas like, I don't know, a lot of the investors that I get a calls from that cash offer kind of, they're pretty fucking aggressive. Like, I take it as like, these guys are really aggressive, but I didn't feel like that speaking to you.
That's good. So I've been role playing with Chris Perez.
Okay.
And I think he really helped me kind of change my frame on it, where like, Ryoji, you're my friend, and I want to talk to you as a friend. I don't want to talk to you as another sale. Like, genuinely, how can I help you best in this process? And Chris said to me, he said, Jack, you're ideally, from your lead generation, you're going to be so busy that when you talk to the prospect, you can be actually removed from the outcome and say, hey, we're here to help. And, whatever you decide to do, I'm completely okay with. We provide multiple solutions with sellers in your situation. So I just tried to come at it from that perspective. And I feel like I missed out on a couple things with like overall, like you said, going a little bit deeper. Like, I think I went condition and then I asked one more question. I should have went like a third layer. But I think I did a lot better job at like being like more of a friend than like an interrogator. And like, how can I make 50 grand on this guy,
Good. Yeah, because then it didn't come off like the savvy investor call. You kept repeating like, look, I can still go over both options. If you want to get top dollar, that's your option. If you want to go cash offer, that's your option. So that was good.
Yeah, and sometimes like one thing I was gonna add in, and maybe this is a good one for you to add in. It's like, hey, seller, I understand that like this is a hard thing, and ideally you like probably don't want to have to be doing all this work. Is there any world where you just like keep the property and possibly pay the current mortgage or get a new mortgage, maybe pay off some of the debts on the property? And I think they'll like open up their heart a little bit. I heard that from an investor. I thought that was good. What if we could help you keep the property? Like you were moving, so like it wasn't like complete financial distress. But if it was, I thought one of the things that I could ask would be like, hey, can we help you stay at the property? It sounds like you've lived there for a long time. If you could stay at your property, would you want to? Is there a way we could help you do that? And I think that just more aligns you with like, I'm here to help versus like, how can I lowball you and get you out of there so I can sell it again?
True. And I think that'll uncover the real pain. Like, because I was saying like my mom is like in the hospital or she's getting her surgery. So I may just open up and say, you know what, like that's not an option. But you just asking like, hey, can you still keep the home and make the move to Hawaii? Take care of your mom. I think that will uncover like the true motivation, true pain from the seller.
Right. Because they might then say, right, I can't afford that, or that would be too much upkeep, or I need the money to do this. So I think you could use that question in a probate script for sure too. Like, and obviously just relating it back to them and like, just like, this is the investor move. Like, I'm going to just like jab. Like, I'm coming in for the hug, man. Like, I'm here. Like, how can I help you? So I don't know.